Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to week 5 of my experience on the PokeNova server. In today's episode, we're going to be doing a lot of fighting it seems. But first, we're going to be hunting for a very special legendary that only spawns in the modified jungle biome. And that legendary is, of course, Mew. Because Mew is awesome and we all want Mew. Yeah, there's no other reason besides that. Mew is cute. Just ask Dunk. He built some pixel art of Mew and of course Ditto because Ditto is cool too. Dunk did a really amazing job at making this pixel art. It looks so good, especially when you look at it on a map. When you look at it on a map, it looks insane. It looks so cool. I want to do one of these at my base at some point. One thing about hunting Mew is the fact that Mew can only spawn in modified jungles during the day. So I took a lot of breaks during the night to go work on my base and figure things out. Of course, with my bad memory and such, I do end up forgetting the fact that I was hunting for Mew. So as you can see here in this clip, I was still working on my base while it was still day. Wasted some time, but it's fine because I got to work on my base. Speaking of being at my base, Tommy and I decided to have a quick battle because we haven't had one in a while, so this would be the perfect time to basically get revenge for myself. Let's see if I can win this battle. So far, it's not going too hot for me, I don't think, because I am losing quite a few of my Pokemon and he's got a ton of moves that can get my Pokemon down instantly. But I think this time around, it was pretty close. I was one Pokemon away from actually winning, so I would say maybe the next time we got this. Around 5 hours of hunting a Mew later, we failed, but instead I ended up making myself a P-Warp, which came in handy because that means if you ever want to visit my base at any time, just do /P-Warp Griff and you'll end up at my base. How fun is that? Speaking of the server, if you use /GriffonSmash, you can actually get yourself a texture key and 4 rare candies. Using that texture key, you can head to spawn and find yourself 5 different texture crates which have a variety of Pokemon that you might enjoy. You can use that texture key to pick whichever texture you would like, and if you want to check which Pokemon are in each crate, left click on the crate to see what's inside. Some of the Pokemon are insane. For example, there are legendary Pokemon like Yveltal, Xerneas, Tapu Koko, or even someone like Mew, which I want. So maybe I might pull on that crate myself to see if I can get lucky and get myself a Molten Mew. On the other hand, a new crate was released called the Meme Crate, and there are a ton of really cool memes in here that I would love to have on my team, so maybe I'll pull in this too. So remember, use /GriffonSmash on the PokeNova server today.
Oh my god.
Hello there.
Anyways, back to a regularly scheduled episode.
Brandon, I'm gonna take your froggy chair just because it's my brand.
Okay.
I mean, he ate the frog.
Alright, bye, Brandon.
I got that from your wedding.
You stole it from his wedding?
Yeah.
Brandon took a beep souvenir.
Yeah.
It's like actors who take to remember their time on set.
I remember going to his wedding.
Tossing the bouquet, I threw a chair in the crop.
Yeah, it hit me in the head. On a different day, I decided to go out to the desert and try catching a ton of Pokemon I haven't caught before. That's because I was trying to finish up a quest where I had to kill a bunch of Cacnea. It was a pain, but I did end up getting it done eventually. So, worth, I guess. I ended up using all 3 of the vote keys and 2 of my quest keys to see what I would get. I ended up getting myself a second skill pickaxe, which I ended up selling on the GTS for 100,000. Maybe I'll make bank, maybe I won't. Hopefully I make bank. Please let me make bank. I did make bank. Since I have no life, I ended up reaching level 6 of my playtime rewards, and yeah, I got myself $100,000, 2 skill keys, and 2 quest keys. Amazing, let's go open them again. So far, this episode has just been a bunch of unboxing and chairs being thrown at me. Pretty normal episode if I do say so myself. But I'm also making a ton of money. I also got myself 64 rare candy, that's absolutely huge. Love it. And so I was rich for a period of time, until I spent it all on building blocks to build my house, and then I was poor again. Woohoo! Anyways, that's enough lazing around for now. Let's go ahead and head back to start building up an apricorn farm for our Pokeballs. And if you didn't know, you can apparently put Pokeballs into a shulker box and use the shulker box in your inventory as a Pokebag. At the time of recording, Pokebags were broken and could not be opened if they had a certain number of entities in them. So shulker boxes were the way to go. As you can see, I organized my boxes pretty well. While I was in the middle of chopping down my forest, Fel sent a request to come to me. That's because he was dropping off an invite to his base where he had a custom gym set up. It was really cool. I'll check it out in the next episode, I think. But this is a chance for me to show off my base to Fel. Check out Fel's YouTube and his Twitch. I just checked out his stream recently and he's got a really cool vibe going. I'd recommend checking it out if you just want to hang out or just have some fun. Fel got to see a lot of my base and saw a lot of the tiny details that I put in, such as the Ultra Space Cobblestone or whatever it's called as the flooring for a battle arena, or the bridge blocks that are used as a fence. Like I said in the last episode, they look so good as a fence. They look terrible as a bridge though. Maybe if you use them very sparingly and smartly, maybe they could look good. And now we're back to working on the apricot farm. So here we see a bunch of apricots that are placed down just so that they work in a floor pattern like Dunk had at his base. I would not recommend doing it in such a large scale. I would recommend cutting it down to something smaller because this took forever. I spent about 3 hours working on this total, so yeah.
At home, I'm gonna use this
Wait, tell me, have you
thing
seen underneath?
Brandon made for no financial gain.
But after that, Damien asked me to challenge the gym. So I did, because why would I not? It sounded fun. I forgot to read the rules though. So the rules that I broke. This is meant to be a 3v3, I chose 6 Pokemon. Certain Pokemon are banned, for example, the Galarian Darmanitan, which I had on my team. I'm sorry, Damien. 3, 2, 1. Fight. All in all, I think the battle went pretty well. I did end up bringing 6 Pokemon into the battle, but I only ended up using 3 of them. Hopefully that's okay. Also, the 3 Pokemon I used did not include the Galarian Darmanitan. I only used my Toxapex, my Tyranitar, and my Corsola. I believe all of those are legal and I am able to use them, and it was still technically a 3v3 fight. I was talking with Big the other day about it, and I think this is fine. I really like this concept though. We get to fight with real players in real areas that feel like gyms. This place is so cool. I love it. While I was in the middle of working on my interior design, Dunk decided to send me a message, which was to play a game. I love games, so of course I said yes, because games are fun. That's why I'm still playing Minecraft, because I love games. Yeah, games are cool. The first game that Dunk gave me was to pick a number between 1 and 6, and whatever I get, that's the Pokemon I got. And I'm very competitive, so I like to try picking the right number. So I had to think about this very carefully. So I chose 3. That is because my favorite number is 13, and 13 minus 10 is 3, and that only makes sense, because 10, I don't know where 10 came from, but it just made sense to me. Don't question me. It turns out that I was somehow right, and I ended up getting myself a Galarian Darumaka, one of my favorite Pokemon in the entire game. It's just so cute! But then my greatest enemy appeared, the horrible, terrifying Double or Nothing, because I am an addicted gambler. So I would always go for yes if I can get double, because double means better, and better means yes, because I like yes. Because yes is... I lost myself again, guys. Anyways, moral of the story is I chose number 5, because 5 is actually my 3rd lucky number, right after 3 and 13, of course, because, you know, those are my actual lucky numbers. I mean, to be fair, I don't really have any lucky numbers, because lucky is not really my thing. I'm kind of more unlucky, so I always have unlucky numbers, but those numbers are kind of like the least lucky to me, and, you know, What? Did Dunk just sent me a shiny Darmanitan? I don't know where he got this information from, but somehow he figured out this is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Let's go. Thank you, Dunk. You're the best. Tommy, you like my hat? He knew I had a pun!
I'll throw in rice too.
Rice? You said rice. You want to know exactly what pun I died for? Well, here it is. I am adorable. Yeah, that's right. I died for that pun. Worth. Anyways, I hope someone is proud of me after that. No? None of y'all are proud of me? Oh. Anyways, that's the end of today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and of course, have a good one, y'all.